Just a little heads up before this video starts, guys. Please do not hate me for ranking a club low. Somebody's got to be 18th, somebody's got to be 17th, 16th, someone's got to be it. This has no representation on my opinions on your club at all. That's not what this is. It's simply just based on what the cricket looks like. And there is no... I'm not taking what club it is into factor whatsoever. As I've said many a time, I don't have a disliking towards any club in Germany. This is simply just what I think about each shirt, and that is simply it. So please don't be annoyed if your kit is ranked low. It is not anything to do with the club you support. Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. And as you can tell by the title and thumbnail, today we will be ranking all of the Bundesliga home kits. The away kits will be a separate video, and Bundesliga 2 home kits and Bundesliga 2 away kits will also be separate videos, so look out for them in the next few days. Just waiting for a few away kits to be released before I can record and edit those. But the Bundesliga 2 home kit video I am going to record straight after this one, so that could be out tomorrow. But the away kits, as I says, we're just waiting for them to be released. So, let's get straight into it. In 18th place, there's only one club it can be, and that is of course Union Berlin, because they haven't released a kit. They've only got the third kit. In 17th place, we have Hoffenheim. Now, the reason I've went with Hoffenheim is simply because it's just a very, very basic shirt. If I look over here, it's because that's where the kits are on my screen. It's very basic. Very, very basic. I don't like the collar. Like, why is it a circle and then, like, not a circle inside it? And the sleeves looks like it has, like, a little, like, I don't know. It's weird. And then the pinstripes just sort of fading out. Like, it's just so basic and so simple. It just doesn't do it for me. And 16th then, we have Stuttgart. Now, again, what can you say really? Just a plain white top with a red stripe and a red collar, red sleeves. Not much to say, to be honest. It's pretty boring. There's not really a design inside the white either that I can see, so it's a pretty boring top, to be honest. In 15th, we have Frankfurt. Now, this kit would absolutely, like, it would be so much higher if it just didn't have this black bit at the collar, the triangle that's black. It just ruins the top for me. I don't know why it's there. It's as if they've just went, I don't know what to do here, let's just stick a colour in and hope for the best. The start at the bottom's cool, the red sleeve's cool. The black bit just kills the top for me. In 14th then, we have Heidenheim. Now, this kit is moving into the sort of nicer, they're doing something with the kits. The pattern's cool, I like the pattern, but I'm just not a fan of the colour scheme. Obviously I'm a Celtic fan, so people will probably think red, white and blue is because of Rangers. It's not, it's just, I don't think red and blue go well together personally, I really don't. In 13th place we have Bochum. Now, with this Bochum shirt, I like it, I do like it. I like the little sort of faint design. It's got, like, it says Bochum and stuff in the design, which I think is really cool. The one bit that really annoys me with this, again, is the collar. It looks like there's a white, like, it looks like someone's just wearing a white t-shirt underneath this shirt. And why does it, like, do the little triangle cut thing? And I don't get that part. But other than that, I like it. It's got a subtle design. On TV, it's just got like a plain navy blue top. But when you actually look at it, you can see the Bochum design, you can see like the little designs inside the pattern. I think it's pretty nice, it isn't bad, and I don't think the rest of the kits are going to be bad at all. Next up then, in 12th, we have Holstein Kiel, I believe is how you pronounce this, or Holstein Kiel, I'm not sure. What I am sure about is, I like the idea, the sort of psychedelic colours in the top to make it this sort of blue and baby blue sort of colour, but it's cool, it is cool. I don't know why the Familia in the middle like hurts my eyes, if that makes sense. It's weird, like it looks strange to me. I like that they've got the navy blue on the collar and on the sleeve just to break it up a bit, and then obviously the red on the collar, on the sleeve, sorry. It all mixes in well, I think, with the Puma badge being red as well and the Familia being red. But other than that, Like, the design is interesting, but I couldn't put it much higher, to be honest. Next up in 11th, then we have this Bayer Leverkusen home jersey. Now, to me, this looks like more of a training top than a home shirt. Like, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't feel like a football top to me. It feels like a training top, maybe, but I understand that it's meant to be like the landmarks of Leverkusen or something like that, is what I read. But it just looks like crosses randomly placed on a shirt to me, with a few dots on the side. It's a training top, in my opinion. It just looks so much like a training top. Into the top 10 now, then, and it's Borussia Dortmund. This kit is nice. I do like it. Honestly, there's not much going on. Obviously, there's the pinstripes. I wish the two on the outside would go straight down, sort of like the way the Celtic one does. I'd like that to go all the way down. I understand that they can't have it in the middle because of the sponsor just being difficult. I hate sponsors having so much control over a shirt. But it's very Borussia Dortmund. I don't know why Puma have done this thing with like cutting out the bottom of the shirt and like making an angled design at the sides. But I mean, it does the job, I suppose. It's nice. It's not awful. It's one of the better ones, and it's in the top 10, so it is one of the better ones. I think the colour scheme honestly carries this one. Sticking to the idea of the colour themes, St. Pauli's colour scheme literally carries them here. It's such a unique colour. How often do you see a brown football top? You don't really. This one I think is very cool. I like it. But other than that, other than the fact that it's a cool colour scheme, there's not really too much going on. A white collar, white sleeves, a white Puma logo, and then a grey sponsor for some reason. Why can the sponsor not just agree to be white? It would stand out more as well. It'd be better for the sponsor. But yeah, other than that, not really much going on. But the colour scheme again, because it's so unique, it's cool. It's just cool. So yeah, St. Pauli are in 9th. In 8th place then we have Wolfsburg. Now I feel bad because for Wolfsburg, making a luminous green shirt look good is very difficult, and I think they have done something to like sort of take away from how bright the shirt is by obviously adding darker green down the middle. I just feel like this shirt needs a little bit more, especially with the Volkswagen badge being green, and the badge being green, and the sponsor and the manufacturer, sorry. I feel like there's got to be another colour in there just to break it up a bit, whether it's white, whether it's black. They need something in there to break the colour up on this shirt. But I've got to admit, I do like it. I like the idea of the bit down the middle. I like that. Just a little bit more colour and it would be so much higher in this ranking. Next up then, we have FC Mainz. Now this shirt, I like it. The one negative I have for this shirt is from a distance, you can't make out the badge. And for me, that's just a little bit that takes away from it, as well as, of course, the sleeve sponsor being black and yellow just completely flings the top off. But I do really like the checkered design. I think it's very cool, and the fact that it fades out going down the shirt I think is very cool. So for me, this is in 7th place. In 6th place then, we have Bayern Munich. Now, originally I wasn't a fan of this shirt at all. From the release photos of it, I was like, it's not the best. But then I seen a picture of Mikel Olise in it, and I think it looks a lot better in person. I think on a player it looks so much better. The design looks more, I don't know how to explain it, not natural, but it looks more blended in, I suppose, in the photo of Mikel Olise, obviously signing for the club. The black doesn't look as dark in the photos of Mikel Olise as well, which I think definitely helps, because it did feel a little bit too dark for me. But definitely, now that I've seen it with on a player, it looks so much better. It was originally a lot lower down the rankings for me. In 5th place then, we have Red Bull Leipzig. I know. I've got to admit, I do like the shirt. I like the design. It's sort of like a tyre track through the shirt, as if it's been ran over. Some people might not complain at that. But it all just blends in well together. The red, the white, the sponsor just looks like it makes sense there, unfortunately. The red Puma badge works. The Red Bull Leipzig badge works. The fact that they've cut the design off on the sleeves means they've not overdone it. And that actually the bit at the bottom that I was complaining about on the Dortmund kit, it works on this, because again, it minimises how much of that tyre track there is through the shirt, which I like. And then obviously the red cuffs on the sleeve. I do like the collar as well. I think the collar is very nice on this shirt, where it like sort of cuts off and then it's the white bit across. I think it just makes it look a bit smarter for me. And for that reason, it's in 5th. We're getting into my favourite shirts now, the top 4. In 4th, we have Freiburg. Now, this shirt is absolutely beautiful. I love the design. Again, it's like the Bayer Leverkusen shirt. It's not too much. It's a lot less than a Leverkusen shirt, I would say. I think the dark red works better. I think if this was like white or black, it doesn't look as good. I think the red on red works. The white sleeve sponsor to blend in with the actual sponsor and the Nike badge being white. The cuffs being white, I like. And I like this little shoulder bit, the white bit they've got at the shoulders. I think that's nice. It brings me back to, do you remember the Total 90 days? It brings me back to that. And I love the Total 90 days in the early 2000s. T90 was unbelievable, and this kit reminds me of Total 90 for some reason. So for that reason, it's in 4th. In 3rd place, we have Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, this kit, I've got to admit, obviously, I'm a Celtic fan, as you can tell. I know how hard it is for a club to pull off green, white and black. This kit's done it well, to be fair. But in general, it is very difficult to get black into a green and white shirt. Celtic have had many over the years, and the black has ruined the shirt for me. But I think it works on this shirt. I think the fact the sponsor have asked to have the bit in the middle cut out breaks it up enough as well, which is good. They've got obviously the little black bits on the side there as well. They've got the green sleeve cuffs. The collar, it's a smart collar again, but it's got the black bit cutting across. I feel like it's not too much black to the point where it ruins it. It's not too much green, and the fact that it's a white shirt, it just works really well for me, as well as obviously having the design inside the green bit with the darker green. Again, just breaks it up a bit, makes it look a little bit more interesting, and I really like this shirt. I know that a lot of my friends who are Cologne fans will not be appreciative of that, but the shirt is very nice. And number 2 then, the silver medal position. It's Augsburg. Now, of course, you guys would have all seen me on Twitter absolutely loving this shirt. I think it's incredible. I genuinely love this shirt. With the sort of Roman or Greek design through the horizontal stripes, which is very subtle, so you can't see it too much. But when you see it closer up, it's so nice. They've got the diagonal stripes across in red, which again works very well. The one thing I don't like about this shirt is the fact the sponsor is so green. It's way too big, way too green. It saves itself a little bit with the fact that there's green in the Augsburg badge, but I don't think it's enough for the sponsor to be a massive big green thing in the middle. I think it ruins it. I love that the horizontal red stripes cut off and like leave a gap like from like here to, you can't see it on camera, but just below the sponsor. I think that it helps not take away from the badge. It leaves that so it's very evident that it's an Augsburg kit, and it's very evident of the design in the middle as well. It gives the Roman design a chance to actually show properly, without having loads of colour beside it, which I really like. So for me, this is number 2. And the winners of the Bundesliga kit ranking is Werder Bremen. This kit is absolutely stunning. It's so nice. Obviously, it's got the flag of Bremen, I believe it is. That is what the design is, the checkered sort of design with the stripes. Green on green, I think it works. I think the white sponsor with the white bits coming up the sides, as well as the white Hummel badge and the white and the Werder Bremen badge, works really well. The gold star looks brilliant in that as well. It stands out so much. It's hard to say anything negative about this kit. It really is hard. I like the design through the background of it as well. I don't know what the design is. But it works, whatever it is, whatever that design is, the pattern works on it. Honestly, there's not anything I could say negative about it. I'd like to see this, if someone can make this, please do. I'd like to see this with the dark green shoulders and the light green, the light green checkered and stripes, but the dark green checkered stripes being white. I'd love to see what that would look like. So if anyone can make that, please let me know in the comments or tag me on Twitter at Cal on Bundesliga and let me know, because I'd love to see that. I think this kit would look incredible. It already does look incredible, but I'd love to see it in green and white as well. And that is it then. That is the ranking. Werder Bremen. I want to do this every year. Either first champions or Werder Bremen. Let me know in the comments, who do you think is the best? Let me know in the comments actually your top three. Who's your top three and who are your bottom three? Obviously, not much I can do about Union Berlin. They just didn't release their kit in time. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this. I hope you don't hate me for ranking your team low. And until next time, I shall see you later.